Hi, I'm Martin from Lamp Spares. Today I'm going to show you how to rewire a pottery vase. With the wiring of this vase, the first thing that I've actually done is had to expose the bottom. Now this can be refelted afterwards, so I've basically taken the cork felt off of here. Actually, this is how this one actually came to us, like this. What we're going to actually do on this vase is we're going to use a basic rubber bung, a lamp holder, a pre-wired flex, and this is a little cord grip that we're actually going to use on there as well. This is just a very basic parts. There are lots of different things that you can actually do. There's brass fittings, there's metal fittings, chrome fittings, there's nuts, there's an awful lot that you can actually do on these to actually rewire these, but on this one it's going to be a nice simple operation with a rubber bung. The idea of the rubber bung is as you tighten this top screw up here, this bung will expand very slightly into the hole. So what you do need to do is to ensure that the hole in the top of the vase is the right size for the bung, obviously. The other thing that we've got on this vase is we've got a side entry hole for the cable on this one. So this one's a pretty easy one to actually do. Now the first thing we're actually going to do is to insert the bung into the top of the vase. They have to be nice and tight because that's the way in which it's actually going to make the fitting nice and tight. So we're going to push that one right into place like so. By actually tightening up the top screw on here, we're actually going to get this to grip. So now that is going to be a nice firm fitting in here. Again, very basic operation, this one. Now comes the hard part. We're actually going to get the cable in through the side and up through the vase. So the first thing we're going to do is to get our end of the cable. And we're going to take this cable through the hole, and at the moment we're just going to pull it straight out the base. It's just going to make it easier to actually get this wired up in the end. Now the cord grip is intended to actually sit just behind this hole here. So what I'm going to do now is to feed this one through there like so, and then back through that one like so. And a little bit of fiddling around with this, and we're actually going to get this in the right place. It should basically be sitting just behind this hole with enough cable so that it's not actually pulling or tugging on the lamp holder when we get it on the top and wired up. So that's about right. Now comes the very tricky bit. We need to get that cable obviously out that hole. And the way I'm going to do this is literally feed it through until I actually get that out of the end. As I say, this is the fiddly bit. It takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of messing about to actually get that cable out of there. Okay, that cable's out of there. We can address that one back down in there so that cord grip sits now just behind that hole. That's lovely. Right, on the top, now the lamp holder itself, this is just a basic plastic lamp holder, hence the reason why I'm using a 2-core flex on here. This has got a 10mm thread in the base, which is going to have a 10mm thread on the rubber bung, and that one's going to just screw on there like so. Pull that wire through a little bit more. Right, now on a bayonet cap lamp holder, it doesn't matter which of the two terminals you actually wire the brown or the blue to. So I'm just going to slacken off the screws. Obviously make sure you're competent or capable of doing this work before you even start. There's nothing worse than actually starting something and getting in a right old mess after it. Right, one wire straight in so. Now these cables come pre-wired with what's called ferrules, brass ferrules on the end. So these are these little bits of brass on the end here. You don't need to cut them off or anything like that. That will be fine, just to leave those straight in there like so. They will be great for making a good connection onto the screw terminal. Okay, now this has got a cord grip inside. There's lots of different cord grips, but this cord grip has actually got these little grooves in here. So the idea is that the cable will actually twist and push straight under there, like so. So that's on that side. This side, exactly the same. Push that one through like so. So now the cord grip is actually being pulled against that 2 bits of plastic on there. Now, because this is actually a threaded lamp holder on here, what I tend to do is, because what we don't want to do is to screw the cable up too much when we're actually screwing this top part back into the bottom part. So I tend to actually screw the cable opposite to what I'm actually going to do when I actually push this in. So now when I push that down inside the lamp holder, and then when I tighten that up, in theory, the cable now has virtually straightened up. We've obviously got a shade ring on here, which was just a little bit tight. So there's shade ring on here, and when the shade ring goes back on. So that's the basic operation of rewiring this lamp. The cord grip in there, so that what we're after is the cable in here is never pulled tight on here. New bit of felt on the bottom of that if you wish, and effectively there you have rewired a little switched vase. So I hope that was helpful. There's a lot more. I'll go into different types of lamp holders in other videos. Hope that was helpful in how to wire up a basic vase of this nature. It's all pretty much the same, doesn't matter what the shape of the vase is, as long as you can actually get one of the rubber bungs to actually fit in the top, you're fine. Lots of other ways of doing it, which we will cover in some of the other videos. I'm Martin from Lamp Spares. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just email me at martin@lampspares.co.uk. Thanks. See you next time.